distance and requires that we both take a step, or I take a step and a half, in order to touch that person and be inside their personal zone. Does that make sense, everybody? Okay. So here, this is a weapons distance. It's a cut. Okay. This is a step kick distance. Okay. So the karates and weapons start at that formal distance. Okay. Friendly is here. I only have to take half a step to reach him. Okay. I can't without moving, so there's some commitment involved. Okay. So that's a friendly distance. Okay. What is this distance? Who's been listening?
Familiar.
This is familiar. Okay. You now get a sense the two of us are a couple in the room. Okay? Does that make sense? Now you start to be excluded. It's clear that in a room of people where we at this distance know each other well. This is your personal space. People you don't know, you go from a formal distance, say, this is me, and then you go back to that space. Does that make sense? Okay, you need to feel what these distances are. Because as the instructors show their arts this weekend, I want you to have that framework, know where they work. Okay? So here, this distance, you will start to see punches and kicks and things coming into play far more rapidly than at this distance where there's huge commitment involved. Okay? And here, this is intimate. Okay? You're really excluded. No tongue. But, but this distance is the domain of judo, jiu-jitsu, and infighting techniques that you don't see what's going on. Okay? So that's why judo is a very difficult sport to watch, because the subtleties are all going on in just tiny movements, because the proximity is so close. Things become less and less visible. Like you said, big spinning kicks that are slow-mo and music. It's really good. Okay? That's this distance. You've got space. So as you train this weekend, I want you to think about what that space is, because at this distance, certain things won't work. Usually, if something doesn't, it's a matter of distance, timing, or direction. Okay, so readjust your proximity to someone constantly before you try and do some change in the technical approach. Does that make sense? Okay. Thank you.
Philosophically and physically, if Brian and I are facing each other, if he attacks, he has to forfeit something. Okay? So by attacking, he forfeits his balance. He's now leaning towards me. And this is what it is that in Aikido that we try to exploit. You'll notice this weekend when we do, those who train Aikido, a lot of it has to do with grabs, punches, and strikes. If you boil it down to the two basic principles of Aikido are, if pushed, turn, if pulled, enter. This, you'll notice, tends to happen from a very friendly to familiar distance. Okay? So the manifestation of those two things is when pushed, turn, when pulled, enter. You'll notice that we're very familiar with the ground in Aikido. So one of the things you'll learn is break falling, which is your ability to defend yourself against the ground. So there's also a distance issue there. Okay? And we also deal in very close, intimate. Distance. Okay? So you'll play with all the distances in Aikido that you would normally probably deal with in karate and judo. Okay? Also, because of the Aikido is based a lot on staff and sword, this distance has a lot to do with what samurai would do with the sword. Okay? So the sword distance for Joe, which is a 3-4 foot staff, this distance, you will probably work in the most. Okay? Anytime Brian reaches for me, he has to forfeit something, and that's his balance. Okay? And that's what we deal with Aikido is balance. Because those of you who do karate know you cannot throw a kick or a punch without balance. There's no power. So you feel balance. Okay? Anything else? Anything else you'd like to scream across the mat? Just let me know.
Couple things. You're going to have a way better weekend if you leave what you know at the door. And if you need to walk back and do that and come back and sit on the mat, you can have a way better weekend. And also introduce yourself to who you're playing with. That's going to be really important. Okay, I agree with Steve that Aikido works, for my Aikido works a lot on the familiar and the friendly, at the friendly levels. And the biggest thing that I've noticed in Aikido for myself is that I've had to learn to go where I most don't think I should go to make it work right. Okay? So just gonna give you a grab here. I gotta do it almost before he moves. Come on. Or something simple like something simple like a slap in the face, okay? Give me a slap in the face. I can stand here, and I can take it, or I can back away, but he's gonna come after me, so I gotta go, Okay, and we're just gonna learn some really, thank you. Gonna learn some really, easy stuff. If you wanna learn how to roll, if you wanna learn how to protect your body. I don't believe that, at least for the Aikido that I do, that I have to hurt myself and wear it as a badge of courage to show that I'm a good martial artist. It's not my bent, it's not my viewpoint. I think the more you'll learn more, the more fun you have, the more you laugh, the more you allow yourself to come out of yourself a little bit. Take your martial arts experience off, and bring yourself to the mat.
Is when there's contact between somebody, you're immediately interested in gaining the control of them as early as possible. Okay? And then tying up whatever you can to cripple the person's intention. Okay? So when there's an opportunity in jiu-jitsu to take something that is holding you, something else will be coming, you're really interested in taking what's there and using that motion. Give me. This you'll find in judo, a lot of holds here. In jiu-jitsu, there's lots of cheating that we'll do around this kind of thing. Okay? So we'll get into some of this. Okay? Is this uncomfortable for anybody?
No, I love one.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you just with Steve because he's such a good sport. Okay? So things that I want you to know, okay, while you're here. There's a huge difference between a choke and a strangle. Okay? When you're here, you'll get a submission from a choke, and a strangle, you'll think the person, surely they'll tap. Okay? Surely they'll want to stop soon. Okay? It takes 11 or 12 seconds, and the person just passes out, and you'll know that because they'll be laying down. Okay? So a lot of the jiu-jitsu motions that are used work around the hold on collar for choke submission or sleeper techniques that take the hold of the neck. Okay?
Yeah, good.
And
I'm fine.
and cheating, which is not necessarily waiting for a block or a punch, but you're interested in what's available. Okay? And you're looking for opportunities to take balance and posture and use mechanics of the body. Okay? A lot of things in you'll see here are based on the way the body won't work. Okay? So you'll see echoes of this in Kung Fu and in various forms of karate and aikido in particular, is that you want a motion, and then there's opportunity to accelerate that pace. Okay? Want to do something together? Yeah? Good. I want to introduce you to some flowing motion that will enhance both hard styles, fast rapid styles, and the folk that are just beginning. I want you to combine what you think about with what you're doing and your breathing to be appropriate. Okay? Makes sense? So, everybody stand up. Walking. Okay? We're just going to walk around the mat as you normally would. Okay? Okay. Now walk the wrong way. It's tight. Okay. Now exaggerate that. Keeping your hands in front of your center and move your leg and your hand simultaneously. Like you're serving a drink on a table, on a platter. Keep the lower your stance, not take the center too far. Coordinate your breathing. Make sure your body operates as one unit, not several. Find where your points of balance are or aren't. So now you can go back. You're going to use the same thing, but you're going to let your arm drop as soon as you're going in reverse. Same thing, let your center be the point of the rib comes from. When you get to the point of this, where you really feel that your body's operating completely in unity. Okay? This is not. Okay? Okay? And we're being forced to do that. So I want you to find a place where you can, and there's no stop in the flow. Okay? No pause, so it's not mechanical. Okay? It becomes your whole body together. Okay? Whatever your pace is, you have to slow down. No pause. Grab yourself partner. So grab yourself partner. What you want to do is you're going to go back and forth. Okay? And the person that's coming forward is going to offer that motion. I'm going to do the same. And as I come forward, one way that's comfortable is one way that is look out for it. Okay? This body mechanics in flow. I want you to start to understand that, like the drum thing, apparently the movie was on last night.
Very good.
Very good, thank you. Okay? Brush on, brush off. There's a way that doesn't work. Okay? It's here too. Okay? So look for the balance that you have with your partner when you do this. Okay? Ready? Begin.
So Alfred's not even look like that. Step out with
Here's the interpretation. What do you see?
That's different than how I did it.
Yes, okay. Be careful. This is what I want to illustrate, okay? You will find during this weekend and in your art that there are synergistic things that will go on and there are things that will clash, okay? All of the martial arts make a change in yourself to accommodate your environment, unless you're just breaking bricks, okay? Really get that, okay? Did everybody see what went on? There was a clash because, wait, it's my way, it's your way, okay? Who did you practice with just now that it just felt right?
Joe.
Okay, let's see, Joe, come do that. And then, Greg, who did you just practice with that it felt? Okay, I want to see that in a moment, okay? Good job. Let's play. Okay. Reaching forward, exhale, Senseis, breathe in, exhale. Shoulders. Breathe in as you come up, as you get out. And then include your hips so that you'll take your drive. Tummy above your head. Move as low as you can across to the other side. Caution, 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 jump! Superman! Superwoman! Airline! Acrobatics! And now!
My name's Brandy, and I live in Northern California, and I've been doing Aikido, it seems, all my life. But the funny part is I really have no interest in martial arts, and those words don't come to me as a priority. I'm here this weekend to reconnect with people I love, learning to love new people, to have lots of fun, and to share and connect. That's why.
My name's Erich DeHaven. I started training in 1973 with my uncle. He's a second Dan Gosharu stylist under 10th Dan Master Peter Urban in New York City. And I was a completely unaware 16-year-old, blank slate, and I couldn't have found a better pilot for the ship of my life, who, very much like the classical Mr. Miyagi figure, gave me a sense of wonderment and respect and culture and philosophy about the nature of martial arts training and how it impacted me learning about my humanity and my place in the world. After studying with him for a couple of years, I went to a Taekwondo teacher, which is absolutely fabulous art. Studied Shotokan for a little while, and found eventually that I needed to move into a more fluid art form. I studied a style of staff fighting from India, which I don't know if anyone here has ever heard of, but also very brilliant and opened my eyes up to the fact that the entire world knows about humanity through martial play.
My name is Steve Lenze. Along with Brian and Joe and Brett, we all work at Disney Studios. We produce the animated films. You guys see. And I'm sorry, the Hoffman guy. What was your name? I've been training Aikido for 6 years. Sensei Jeven, through another guy that worked at Disney who was Jim Brummett, who was a judo guy and was a Navy SEAL and all this stuff.
Before any of us were born.
Yeah. Introduced Jeven to us at the studio, and then it was suggested that we